What if everything you dream of starts with one small step today? Today I'm going to share with you how you can be able to start a business from nothing, but just hope and faith, and you grow it day by day. So stay tuned and watch till the end. Welcome. So the reality is that everybody starts small, whether it's a big venture or just that small idea that sparks inside your head. You have to think in a certain way that you are able to begin without being perfect. You're able to make it a reality first, then you can perfect it later. And this is a very crucial point, because just that starting gives you a leap and gives you a head start over all the other guys who are procrastinating, who are making excuses and doing all this stuff and didn't took action. Because just that starting gives you a leap head, gives you a head start over the other people who doubted themselves, others who let excuses come in the way and they didn't take action. All they did is plan and plan and plan. It is good to plan, but you have to know starting is the main part. Taking action is the main part that will push you ahead, that will make a difference. And that's very crucial when you have a business idea and you want to actualize it. So another thing I'd like to tell you guys is find a simple problem that you can solve. In the society today, wherever you come from, be it in a first world, a second world, whichever country you're in or whichever continent you stay at, there is that one niche that you can be able to identify a problem and try and find a solution to it. And that's where you get to monetize, because if you can solve people's problems, they will pay you highly, they will pay you premium for that service that you're trying to offer. And this is basically the basis of a business. Every business addresses a certain problem within a society, within a community, and it is through that they're able to generate revenue, build capacity and scale. And this idea comes as a small thought, but over time, with consistency and just keep going, you're able to build. Yeah, as I was talking to you guys, that it is through that simple idea that you're able to build something concrete, something worthwhile. And over time it becomes huge. It actually explodes, literally. So just believe in yourself and take small daily steps and you'll get there. This just complements what I had told you earlier. Start with what you have. Often I have fallen victim to this thing of, I need to have this so that I can start, I need to find this so that I can start. Every time I was never getting there. There was always something standing between starting and just taking that action. So every time I'll keep postponing it. I need to buy this gadget because I can't do it without. And over time I realized so many people were doing it with whatever they had, and a certain guy just told me, start. And with that small you can be able to upgrade slowly and add these things that, yes, they are needed, but you can do it without them for a certain period of time. And I was able to start, though I'm not that perfect, but there is progress, there is motion, we are not stuck. I read a certain book today and it was talking about walk slowly but never backwards. And yes, you need to start with what you have so that you don't walk backwards, and just take those small steps. The other thing is the power of consistency. Very normal. Everybody talks about it and we all know about it, but it is so powerful. Being able to constantly show up, constantly take action, constantly putting effort puts you in a certain caliber and just upgrades you daily, even though 1%, but over time it compounds. It just compounds daily, and that which compounds daily consistently will eventually be something huge, will eventually be something great, and that is the power of consistency. So you need to stay consistent to the grind, to the business, and to the idea that you started with. Don't miss some days, lack off some days, and some days you feel you don't want to try, then you say I'll do it tomorrow. That procrastination will kill momentum. But the only way to build momentum is through consistency. And you need to be prepared, because there'll be headwinds, there'll be challenges, there'll be days you really feel low and you don't want to show up. But it is through those days that you actually make progress. So show up consistently each and every day. Number 6, or not even number 6, but the other thing is learn as you build. As you continue doing it each and every single day, each and every single week, you'll be able to realize some very tough challenges. I personally faced these very many times, and I was being able to adapt to it and to learn and to take it as a learning process really helped me a lot. It was a curve that you're able to upgrade. Even though it came as a challenge, addressing it became so crucial and so important that it propelled me further. It pushed me up in just being able to grow. So it was an opportunity in disguise. And if you are not really careful, if you don't really believe in the idea and believe in yourself, you might lose it and give up. But because they are tough challenges, but yes, you need to stand firm. You need to know that these challenges they are a learning curve. It's a process whereby you get to learn. And when I was starting out, I didn't know everything. I didn't know invoicing, I didn't know supply and demand, even though in my head I thought I knew all these things, I knew all these concepts. But when the time to put it into action, to really execute came in, I found that I was really bad at some things. But it was a learning curve for me. I was able to take inspiration and just search and research on things, and yeah, ever since I've been able to learn and just upgrade with every step I've taken. The next thing is don't fear failure, and this can push you to the brim. It can really test your faith, because when you are in that moment, it feels different. You feel like you are a loser. You feel everybody is making progress and everybody is making big moves, and you are there stuck all by yourself. You are there failing and making steps that you think you've wasted all your time, energy, and resources. But you need to know that failure is not the end. Take these fails as small ups and downs, so that it's not a point where you reach and feel stuck, but it's points where you kind of have these ups and downs. So whenever you feel low, you just know that yes, it's not a good experience, it's not a good situation you want to be in, but you think in terms of it's not permanent. You get what I'm saying? So you have this mentality that you'll be able to get up and become even better at that particular thing. So yeah, don't fear failure. Embrace failure, and you'll overcome the failure itself. You'll succeed in most things and most ways. The next thing is use the power of social media, and this is quite difficult for me rather, because I don't want to call myself a perfectionist, but I struggle a lot. I don't want to post something that might feel off or might feel a little bit I don't really want to call it weird, but might put me in a situation where people think I am so low and all that stuff. But I just want to tell you, use the power of social media, however minute, however basic it might look. Just use it. Just, why not? What do you have to lose? After all, people know about it, people talk about it behind your back. So you just need to post on social media, be active. Let them call you cringe however they want, let them call you names whichever they want, but you need to actually just take that step, take that initiative, because that's all you actually get to do. And who knows, you might get clients from there, you get outreach, and it's the best marketing strategy. Not actually the best, but one of the best, because you can reach more people than you're able to when you don't use it. The next thing is surround yourself with the right energy. This is crucial. If you read Atomic Habits by James Clear, he talks about how we tend to embrace other people's around us attitudes, culture, and their behavior. And so we as humans are species who really love being part of, being included. That's why we really crave for approval, and we really crave for being validated by others. And that's why you need to associate yourself with the right people and the right energy, because those people you associate yourself with, they influence you in very, very minute ways and nuanced ways you don't recognize. So if you are not careful and you associate with the wrong group, you might find you're doing things even though you didn't want to do them, but you've actually be able to develop a culture because of the people you hang with. So make sure the right people you engage and hang with are the right group, the right energy, so that you can be able to build a. The last thing I want to give you guys is a call to action. Your future business won't build itself. You have to start, and that's the basic thing. That's the first step you need to take, and you'll be okay. I believe you'll be able to handle all the other things if you take the initiative and if you start. And start messy, start scared, start with whatever you have. But the key thing is just start. Hope you were able to learn something and you're able to really get something in being able to build a business for yourself and a future business for you. Meanwhile, you can subscribe, you can like the video, share to a friend or two, and see you next time. Love.